Hi everybody, this is Lefty Dad, and today I'm going to do a replay of a game from PC Replay Baseball, the Deadball Decades. They have a lot of these Diamond Decade discs where they take great teams from a particular decade, the 1920s, the 1970s, and then they put them all in a kind of schedule format. So you could play out a season easily with these games. Now with Deadball Decades, you click on here, and I played, I think, one game from this season. One interesting thing that is that PC Replay Baseball is the only game I'm aware of that allows you to set up the sacrifice fly rules with historical accuracy. And for instance, I just did a 1948 replay, and in 1948, no sacrifice flies were allowed. So if you hit a sacrifice fly, you know, we normally think of as bringing a runner in from third base to score. That was the same as a regular fly out, so it would hurt your batting average. In 1908, the sacrifice fly rule actually for the first time became a statistic, I believe, and it was the same as we think of a sacrifice fly now, although I think from up until 1939 sacrifice flies were included in the category of sacrifice hits, and you can do that too with this game. But anyway, getting on to the schedule, the next game is the 1908 Cleveland team against the 1912 Boston Red Sox team. And two great pitchers will be pitching on this for this game, Adie Joss and Smokey Joe Wood. And right off the bat, I'm going to turn off the sound, which I forgot to do. It's great sound in this game, but let me quick do that, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to hear anything that I say. And so look at all the different sound things there are here. Also, I'm going to there, I think I've got everything else set up correctly. So back to the game, and there they are, Adie Joss and Smokey Joe Wood. And I guess I'll let the AI handle the 1912 Red Sox, and I don't know if Cleveland was called the Indians back in 1908, but anyway, here we go. And there's Fenway Park from a long time ago. Okay, Smokey Joe Wood. You can see in 1912, I wonder what year they're considering this. This is considered to be the 1910 in terms of the calendar for the season. If you want to play it, it's just 1910, although this is all kind of a fantasy setup. But we've got Smokey Joe Wood on the mound, and you can see he's got all these ones. He's really incredible. His ERA that year, he pitched 344 innings, 1.91 ERA, 34 wins. So he starts off against Josh Clark, and we'll see with this Deadball Decades situation if there are more errors than usual. There will be more errors, and you'll need to bunt more and hit and run and things like that. We'll see what the AI does with that. Okay, Bill Bradley is the next hitter, and he is going to pop out to the second baseman. And now here is Nap Lajoie. I hope that's how you pronounce it, Lajoie. I've always assumed it was. Who hit 289. They were the Cleveland Naps, I believe, at one time, because Lajoie was such a influential player on the team. And this is almost probably a triple, but Smokey Joe Wood is so good up there. He has a 1 in his 3 column when the blue die is 2, and that kept it from, if it would have been a 2, I mean, a 2 up here, this would have been a 5 or a 6. They would have had a double or a triple, I'm sure. Okay, so we go to the bottom of the first. And for Cleveland, Adie Joss is the pitcher, who pitched 325 innings. I guess his ERA is even better than Smokey Joe Wood, 1.16, and a whip of walks, hits per inning in innings pitched, 0.81. Okay, Harry Hooper leads off. The batting average is not so great overall for players of this era, although there will be some who are incredible. Here is, I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name, Stephen Yerkes, anyway, Steve. This could be an error on Hinchman, so let's see. It's most likely going to be an error, and it is. So Hinchman bobbles the ball, and now we've got Trish Speaker, and this is an example of incredible batting average, 383. Even got 10 home runs, 52 stolen bases. And this Adie Joss, here's his picture. He is a mean-looking guy. I wonder, Trish the Gray Eagle. They don't have his height. Adie Joss. They usually, well, they have the height for most. If they don't have the height from these seasons from over 100 years ago, it's because they didn't know what the height was. But whenever possible, in any of the more recent seasons, you get all the accurate information like that, which is interesting. It adds to the immersion when playing the game. Speaker, fast runner. You can see here he's rated a 5. And here we go. This is going to be oh wow. If Joss had been just like with Smokey Joe in the previous inning, if he had allowed a 2 in this 3 column, it would have been a triple. But he just missed. You can see it out here. This is another great thing about the game. You don't you get to see what's on the charts. If it was, this is a direct port of the board game. So if you're playing the board game, you'd be looking at the charts, and you would see that you just missed a triple by 1 number. But you can easily see this, and you don't have to like click somewhere to go back and look at the charts and things like that. It's just right there real quick, and exactly right, the way it makes a high level of convenience. Okay, now we've got Duffy Lewis, and he's going to get a clutch hit, and I think this is a double in the gap. This is going to score Yerkes, whatever his name is. And the 1912 Boston Red Sox go up by a run. Here is Larry Gardner. Larry Gardner is their Nap Lajoie. This 44, you can have the higher the number, the least likely there will be an error. Go all the way up to 66, but this is a very high number for any infielder, really, and he does not make an error. So we've got the 3rd out. We go to the top of the 2nd inning. Here's George Stovall for Cleveland, first baseman, and he hit 292. This could be, it's not going to be a home, no, they didn't hit home runs in 1908, 1912, 1906, really until you were Babe Ruth in 1919, but there's no way that he could get a home run here, so we'll just click this. Sometimes this fine-tunes it so that it becomes more statistically accurate. Okay, here's Bill Hinchman. Low batting average, no outs. He's a fairly good, he's above average bunter. A 1 would be even better. But I think Stovall is a 4. We'll try a hit and run here and see what happens. There's an 11. He strikes out. And now that means that Stovall is running down to 2nd on a hit and run. And there's no hit. It's just a run. So he's going to have to roll a 6-sided die higher than a 3. And he does. Okay, so Hinchman did not do his job really. He struck out apparently. And now here is Turner with 1 out. And Turner is going to strike out. And now we've got Wilbur Good, who plays center fielder for the Cleveland Naps or the Cleveland Indians, whatever they were. And he grounds out to the shortstop, Heine Wagner. Bottom of the second, Jake Stahl is up, who hit 301 that year. This is a ground out to the shortstop. Now here is Heine Wagner, the shortstop for the Red Sox. And he strikes out. You can see over here, in 1912, Boston won 105 games. They came in first, and the first baseman who just hit, was their manager. I think he was 33 years old. Here's Kerrigan, and Bill Kerrigan, the catcher. I think he may get a base hit here. If he can roll a 5 or a 6 up there, yeah, he rolled a 6. He got a base hit. Okay, this brings up Smokey Joe. I don't know if he's a good hitter or not. Well, he hit 290. So, and where's Smokey Joe from? Smokey Joe, 5'11", 180 pounds, and he is from Kansas City, Missouri. He debuted in 1908, and for this team, it's 1912, so he's 24, he debuted when he was 20 years old. Okay, Smokey Joe is going to ground out pitcher to first baseman. Now we go to the top of the third, Harry Bemis, and Harry grounds out to the first baseman. The first baseman flipped it over to Smokey Joe, and they get the 3-1 put out. Okay, here's Adie. Adie is not a great hitter, unlike Smokey Joe. But he could possibly, this is a rare play situation. Now it's a dribbler to the mound, and if he can, this depends on the base runner's speed, the batter's speed. So if he can roll 4, 5, or 6, he will be out. Otherwise, lower than that, he'll be safe, and he is safe. So he runs it out. He legs it out. And that's the second hit for Cleveland. Here's Josh Clark. Josh, no, I'm not, I guess I am controlling Cleveland. I better check. Yeah, I'm controlling Cleveland. So 1 out, and I think I'll do a sacrifice. Sacrifice bunt, and it's a successful sacrifice. And now we have Bill Bradley. And Bill, he is from Cleveland, 6 foot, 185. Okay, Bill has a runner in scoring position, and he just misses a double. Again, Smokey Joe got the worst number up here, but that was still good enough. If it would have been a 3, he would have had a double. But it's a pitching duel, 1-0 lead for Boston. Harry Hooper is up now. I missed there what he did last time, but he got an out. Okay, now he strikes out. Here's Yerkes. Yerkes got on with an error. Hinchman bobbled the ball. There's going to be a fly out to right field to Turner. And here is Tris Speaker, not Trish, Tris Speaker. And he's going to fly out to right field. Top of the fourth, Smokey Joe facing the captain of the Cleveland Indians, who is also the manager of the Cleveland Indians. You can see over here, 1908, Cleveland came in second. They won 90 games. And Nap is going to, you see that little 3 there, that number would have to be higher than the defensive rating for the player that's fielding the ball. And Trish Speaker, as a center fielder, is rated as high as you can get. A 5 is the highest. So practically impossible to get a hit off of speaker in this particular circumstance. So Tris is a great fielder. Okay, Stovall is up. That's going to be a base hit. And he's going to get a chance to steal second. Kerrigan is not so great at throwing runners out. Smokey Joe's pretty good holding him on, so we'll see what happens here. He's going to have to roll a 44 or higher, so it's a little above 50% chance, and he does steal second base. Hinchman is up now. And again, I'm controlling Cleveland, so what am I going to do here? 231 hitter. These are all like all-star teams, so all of these infielders are rated really good, and the outfield for Boston, they're all fives, so this is a really great, incredible defensive team for the era, for the dead ball era. And he's going to fly out to right. And now here is Terry Turner, who struck out last time. And Cleveland, and I'm controlling Cleveland, needs a run. There'll be a low-scoring game, I'm sure. So we've got to really fight to get that one run. And you can see that Cleveland has a really great infield too. Over here on the right side, you've got Lajoie and Stovall, both rated ones, the best you can be. The outfield is not quite as good. Duffy Lewis is up, who doubled the last time he hit. This is going to be an out. Lajoie easily makes a tough play. Here's Larry Gardner. Chopper to shortstop. So they're going to roll against Hinchman's air rating. He's probably going to make an error. Oh, he doesn't. Only way he missed making an error would be if he rolled a 14, 13, 12, or 11 out of 66 possibilities, so to speak. And he did not make an error, so that was a great play there by Hinchman. 2 down. Jake Stahl, the manager, is up. Fly out to right field. Okay, top of the 5th. You can see here Smokey Joe Wood has 19 more batters he can face, and I don't think it lists how many complete games he has. I could, for instance, go here to Boston. Here's, 1912 Boston, and I just think we can get Smokey Joe Wood here. And I thought it would say how many complete games he had. Maybe if I look here for Boston, Boston 1912, and if I look at stats, and I guess it's because I don't have any stats for this yet. It's the first game of the season, so to speak, for these teams. So there would be stats normally that would show everything. But it would show how many complete games he had. But he has to pitch in one game first before all that stuff shows up. Okay, Wood is on the mound to good. Wood to good, and he strikes him out. Wood did good. And now here is Harry Bemis, who grounded out to Wood last time he was up. There's a fly to center, and Adie Joss. Adie Joss can face 16 more hitters at least before he becomes fatigued. There's a strikeout. I'll have to look next time to see how many strikeouts Smokey Joe Wood has. Adie Joss has 2 strikeouts. You can see down here, no walks. Heine Wagner, who struck out last time, is going to fly out to right field. Here is Kerrigan, who got a base hit the last time, up. Going to get another base hit, and this could be an error if Clark can't control it, but he does. So there's a base hit for Kerrigan. And Smokey Joe is up. Let's see what the AI has Smokey Joe do here with one out. Gonna sacrifice. And he doesn't bunt it effectively so that they get the lead runner. Okay, Harry Hooper is up, 2 down. Harry hit 242. He's gonna strike out. Okay, so it's a low-scoring game like they were in the dead ball era. Smokey Joe has 4 strikeouts. Here's Josh Clark, the leadoff man. 0 for 1. He did hit a sacrifice bunt the last time he was up. This is going to be a ground out to the second baseman. And here's Bill Bradley. Bill is going to hit a chopper to the third baseman this time. We'll see if Gardner will commit an error, and he does. Okay, Bradley is on first base. No out. Lajoie's up. They need that 1 run. And I think that I'm going to have Lajoie hit and run. And this is a ground out to the first baseman. And this is going to depend on Bradley's running speed. If he can, he's a 4 rated runner, number 4, and if he can roll a number that is 4 or less, the batter will be out. He'll be on second base, and he is on second base. So that means that Stovall can try to hit him in, and Stovall is 2 for 2 in this game. 2 base hits. There's going to be a third base hit, and this could do it. Wow, dead ball baseball. You got to do hit and runs and sacrifice bunts, and now Stovall is going to try to steal if he can get a good jump on Wood. And he is going to have to roll a 44 or higher, and he rolls a 46. So Cleveland is come alive here. And now it's a tie game. We have 2 out. We have a chance to go ahead if Hinchman can get a hit. Hinchman is going to walk. So Smokey Joe having a little trouble here in the 6th inning. Here's Terry Turner. Let's see what Terry can do. Terry's going to ground out to the second baseman. So we have a tie game. Bottom of the 6th. And Steve is up. Steve, whatever he is, Yerks. And he grounds out to the third baseman. Here's Triss. And he is hitless. And that's going to be a strikeout. Triss not having an all-star game today. Duffy Lewis. That's going to be a ground out to the shortstop, Hinchman. And we go to the top of the 7th. In the bottom third of the order for Cleveland, Wilbur Good. That's going to be a line drive hit to center field. And there's a chance to turn this into a triple if he can roll a 6, because Speaker is so good. And he's just not quite good enough to get a triple. They always said that Speaker would play shallow because he was so good at running back on hits over his head in center field. Now I've got more decisions to make. These will be a little easier, I think. So we're going to sacrifice, I'm going to try to sacrifice Good over to second. And now Wood is going to try to throw Good out at second, but he might make an error in the process. So if he rolls a 47 or higher, he will make an error, and he rolled a 36. So he did get the lead runner. That didn't work out. Okay, Joss is not a good bunter. He's below average, and he is a bad hitter. So I kind of have not good possibilities here to choose from. So I think I'll just let him hit away. He'll probably strike out. No, this is going to be a rare play. And it's a dribbler to the mound. They're going to try to get Joss out. If they roll a 4, 5, or 6, he will be out. They roll a 6, and that's the second out. But he does get the runner down to second. So here's Josh Clark, 0 for 2, and maybe this will be the go-ahead run scored here. It's going to be a possible walk. Smokey Joe Wood has a raised number here, which means that he gave up fewer walks than what would be normal. So this is a way of cutting down on the walks that he allows. So if he rolls a 1 or a 2, he will not walk Clark. He rolls a 4, so he does walk Clark. And now here's Bill Bradley. Bradley has a chance to put Cleveland up by a run. It's another situation. These great pitchers. Another 1. If it would have been a 2 down here, it would have been a double or a triple. But it's a line out. The second baseman is able to snag that line drive. We go to the bottom of the 7th, score tied. Larry Gardner up. He's going to pop out to the third baseman. Now here is Stahl. Stahl is going to strike out. And that is Adie's 5th strikeout. Here's Heine. He's going to strike out. Okay. Go to the top of the 8th. Nap Lajoie is up. And he is hitless. He's got to try to get something going here. 35 years old. Ground out. Pitcher to first base. Here's Stovall. This is going to be an infield single. It could be an error. Kerrigan comes up with it, but he may make a wild throw to first, and he does not. It had to be below a 23. He rolled a 16. That's too bad. Hinchman is up now with 1 out. Hinchman is going to try to bunt him down, and he does. Now here's Turner with a chance to put Cleveland up by a run, and Turner hits a deep fly to left field, but it's a 3rd out. Okay, we go to the bottom of the 8th. Kerrigan, bottom of the order. Kerrigan strikes out, and that is the 7th strikeout. Here's Wood. Wood hits a chopper to shortstop. Hinchman may make an error here. Quite likely, and he does. He bobbled the ball for a 1-base error. That puts Wood on first, not a fast runner, very slow. Hooper is up, and Hooper is going to line out to left field. So we go to the bottom of the 8th here in Boston at Fenway Park. I guess it's supposed to be the 1910 year, but it's the 1912 Boston team and the 1908 Cleveland team. And there are 2 outs now, and Lajoie it's a close play. If he can roll anything but a 1 or a 6, and he rolls a 4, it's going to be an out, and it is an out. Okay, we go to the top of the 9th. Cleveland has the bottom of the order. Here's Good. Good pops out to the first baseman, and Smokey Joe is going to be able to face 10 more. You can see he has a 1 up here, and the computer internally rolled 6-sided die, came up with a 2, which was higher, and that means he gets to face another 10 batters. So he'll be here for the rest of the game unless this is a long extra inning game. Here's Bemis. This is going to be a line out to the shortstop because of the righty-righty matchup if Bemis would have been left-handed hitter. Now here's Joss. Joss can face 2 more, but he'll most likely be able to continue on, so we'll keep him in the game. And he's going to walk. Okay, now we have a chance to do something here in the 9th inning. And in fact, it could be a wild pitch. Smokey Joe is rated a 4 for wild pitch, so we'll see here what comes up. Yeah. Now, if he can roll a 5 or a 6 here, it'll be a wild pitch, and it's a 6. So we've got base runner. We're going to turn this to from normal base running to go for it. Clark is up. He is a left-handed hitter. maybe this could be it. Clark. He does get a hit. I think this is going to score Joss. It does. As long as the runner had speed greater than 2 and there were 2 outs, he scores. And Joss was a 3. Now Clark is going to try to steal. And if he can roll a 44 or higher, he will steal. He does not roll, but he's not out. He just didn't get a good jump, so he didn't go. Here's Bradley, who is 0 for 4, and he strikes out. Okay, we have a 2-1 lead, which in the dead ball era, that's a massive lead. But theoretically, Joss can only face 2 more hitters, and he's up against Tris Speaker, who's hit .383 that year, but he's 0 for 3 right now. So they've got the heart of the batting order, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. They've got to get through. Okay, here's Speaker. Wow, it's another one of these situations, and look how close it was. He rolled a blue 4, which means on the pitcher card it's the 4 row, and it was a 3 column, a 3 here, so it's a number 1. You cross index it, and it's a 1, and that you add that to the 70 down here, which is a great hitting number, but it adds up to 71. 71 is a pop out. 72 would have been a triple. So Adie Joss just did a tremendous job there. Now he's got to face Duffy Lewis, a 284 hitter who did have a double at the beginning of the game. This is going to be a walk. Oh, he hit him. Okay, now we'll see. Adie Joss also is rated a 1 here for being able to get a batter-faced boost, a batter-faced boost check. And he gets increased by 10. So he'll be here for a while. Here's Larry Gardner. Hit .315. Will they bunt? 2 out. Maybe hit and run. It's going to be a rare play. And we'll see what happens here. Both of these runners are above average. And I get to decide now if I'm going to try to throw out the batter or the runner on first. Well, they're both 4s. They're both above average. We'll try to throw out Lewis here as he's going into second base. We have to roll a 5 or a 6. Oh, and they don't. So now we've got 1 out. Runners on first and second. Jake Stahl, the manager of Boston, is up. He's got a .301 batting average that year, but he is hitless in this game. This could be an error on Lajoie. Big thing going on here. If he rolls a 44 or less, it will not be an error. And he does not. Okay, so they tried to get the double play, but they got the out at second. So now there are 2 out, but there's a runner on third. Heine Wagner is up. He is the shortstop. Hit .274. We'll see if the AI wants to pinch hit for him. 2 down, bottom of the 9th. Heine Wagner is up. And here we go. Joss. It's going to be a rare play. And if it's an odd number rolled here, it could be a really weird or yeah, it is odd. Okay, so now we have a rare play, and if you had the board game, you'd have a rare play book. And this game, PC Replay Baseball has the best rare plays. So with runners on first and third, let's see what the rare play is. Runner breaks for second. Defense has 3 options. Allow the stolen base and hold the runner at third. Retire the runner at second in a rundown with the run scoring from third before the out is made. No, I don't want to do that. Throw to second and immediately return the ball to the plate for a shot at the runner from third. Well, I'm going to allow the steal, but that does mean if there is a base hit, Cleveland, the team I'm controlling, will lose, most likely. Okay, Heine Wagner is still up. He hit .274. Kerrigan hit .263. Not that big of a difference. Here we go. Come on, Adie. It's the big moment of the game. The bottom of the 9th, 2 out. And that's going to be a pop out to the third baseman to end the inning. That ends the game. So you can see great, exciting baseball game if you like dead ball baseball. No home runs, but it's a great game. So, this is Lefty Dad signing off. If you liked the game, please give me a like if you liked the video, and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. See you next time.